Okay, we should be live. I'm gonna give it the second to actually load up and be ready. I say a lot when I'm reading, like going to read the chat, so we're gonna try and stay away from that a little bit. Gonna try and fix that. It's just getting used to speaking and like having less filler words, like, for example. I just said that one. So less filler words, more speaking and stuff. The reason we're doing a little bit of a later stream is I was planning on doing a later stream on Wednesday, but like just to test out the timing, see how would more people come in, would less people come in on a Wednesday. I was looking at streams, like the past times I'd stream late and stream on Wednesdays, how that would work. Been looking into a lot of stuff like that, so I was planning on doing Wednesday, but today I wanted to try and work on stream to make it better. I didn't get finished, sadly, so stream is still normal. Stream is the same as it was last Thursday, but hopefully I probably will still stream Wednesday, probably still stream tomorrow. But if I don't Thursday, I should have most of the stuff I want to do done. Probably not all of it, but we'll have most of it. I also want to kind of stop saying that we'll like get there, because I say that a lot. I want to kind of move away from that verbiage, I guess, because we will get there. It's just I say that way too much. It'll happen eventually. It'll happen in God's time and God's will. Hey bro, at work and I can't watch, but saw the notification, praying for you today. God bless. I'm glad you were able to at least just come in, stop by. Really cool to see you're in here. Also on Twitch, which is, I barely get any people on Twitch, so it's really cool to see you in here. But yeah, God bless. I hope you, well, I was going to say have a fun time at work. I don't know if you really like your job, but I hope you have a good day, either way. Welcome in, user. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Getting this started right out the gate. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Ooh, that was close. Right now, we're just kind of tearing down this mountain. Gonna build the tree of life, or the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Either or. Well, don't really have a plan for that. This mountain, we've been doing this for tons of streams. We're gonna break this thing down eventually. We're gonna have a whole flat thing, and we're gonna start building. So, maybe new content compared to just breaking a mountain for the past, what, 20 streams? Shoot, is it actually 20? That's crazy. So many. But yeah, I'm just testing out a new time frame today. Testing how 6 goes compared to 3, because as I said, I was busy. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm going to make sure we're actually hooked into the YouTube chat. You're Christian. Okay, what's your favorite Bible verse? If you don't have one, what's your favorite book? Welcome in, Gray Narwhal. Are you going to terraform before you make it? I am going to place down like a lot of dirt before I finish everything. Oh wait, does YouTube not show live viewers on... YouTube doesn't show live viewers on the viewer page anymore for live streams. That's actually kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, make it have good terrain first. Yeah, I plan on it. I'm just going to place like a few layers of dirt and grass, because I don't want it to... Oh, I pressed V instead of C, and I just knocked my escape key off my keyboard. But I'm going to place, like, dirt. I don't really know how exactly I'm going to terraform most of it. It's probably going to be mostly flat. But then I'll make stuff around it after we get the tree done. I added... Hold up, where is it? No, it's not called that. I added wands to the server, so we could build a lot easier. We can't get that one. But I don't know how these work. I don't know if they're going to do good or bad when it comes to building. I just did it because I'm not really able to build well on stream. So I added them. So maybe it'll make it to where I can actually build larger builds on stream. The cross was easy. I just had to go up in a straight line. But when it comes to other builds, I'm not really going to be able to just build up in a straight line, because that tree is going to be a tree. So we're going to have to figure it out. But if anybody has any questions, I'll always be down to answer those. Just here to hang out today. Do whatever, honestly. We'll probably get into some conversations and other stuff. We'll just see. But yeah, I will make it have good terrain. That is the plan. I definitely have enough dirt. I'm taking out layers of dirt each time on this mountain. There's 4 layers on each part, so I could add 4 layers to this thing with the amount of dirt I have. That's just gonna be a lot of dirt. A lot, not wasted dirt, but it's just gonna be a lot to, like, use. Like, man, I'm gonna go from having so much dirt to barely, well, not barely any, but still, not the amount I had. Which is gonna be kind of sad, but not much I can really do in that regard. I gotta make it look better. I don't really have a favorite one, but I love John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, so that anyone who believes in him shall not perish but inherit eternal life. I read the one that I somewhat memorized, but that's what that verse is. That's a good verse, though. It's a very common one, but it is a good one. Do you have a favorite book? Figuring out how to get into both the shorts and long form type streams is what I do so I can answer questions from both. I don't know if I did it yet. What do you mean? Like, join this stream or set up your own streams? I'm a bit confused. How to get into both the shorts and long form stream types. Yeah, I don't really understand. I think I need elaboration here. I'm a bit confused. But if you're talking about getting into, like, streaming, the chats are different from both. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. I would merge them, but the issue is if someone trolls in the chat and it goes across the screen, Twitch can ban me, which I don't really want to take that risk, especially if... because people can just get me banned on purpose with that, which is not fun. Welcome to the stream, Matthew. How's your day been if you're in the chat? What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Yes, I love the NWT translation. What's that? What's that one? Welcome in, Jake. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Oh, thank you for the follow. Wesley Crane, welcome to the stream. Yeah, they're not combined. I would combine them. I just don't want to get banned on Twitch. I got to figure out a way to do that. Because the one I have now... oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow. I'm just going to call you Lord. I don't really know how to say that username. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in if you're in the chat? But as I was saying, I would combine the stream. I don't want to get banned, though. And the one I have now, it combines it even if YouTube automatically deletes it. So if I were to put that up on stream, I would have the issue of Twitch probably banning me for trolls coming in here, because they'd probably end up doing that on purpose just to get me banned. LSB. What are both those translations? Everybody has their own interesting translation. Like, looking into the Discord server, everyone says they have their translation, and it's just one that I haven't seen before. LSB, NWT. If I go look in the server, I can actually... well, actually, General might be a little bit farther up than what I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can find the translations they were bringing up. Yeah, I might not be able to find it. It was a bit too far up. Oh, I found it. So, they were bringing up the NKJV, RSV, and what else? Finger uses the RSVCE, Christos and Nesty use the DRB. So many different translations. A lot of them. A lot of different ones. I don't know how stream today is going to go. As I said, later stream compared to the 3. So we'll see. I looked at my channel analytics, and Wednesdays do better. But I barely even stream on Wednesdays. And then later times do better. So we'll see. I have no clue. And it's not my usual time, so regulars might not come in here. Because I wasn't really planning. I was planning on doing a stream, letting them know that next one's going to be later. But I didn't. Because I was trying to fix up stream before I streamed, and I just didn't get it done in enough time. You can't even find the NWT on Bible Gateway. Dang. That's crazy. So is it just a lesser known one then? Or... because when we're looking at... like, Bible Gateway has a ton of them. New World Translation. And I wonder... may I copy your stream layout? I'd like to see what people think. What do you mean by copy the layout? Like, are you gonna stream the same, like... I'm a bit confused. Are you saying, like, take a photo and show it to people to see what they think? Or streaming it yourself to see if people like it? And... wait. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I'm a bit confused. I mean, I don't mind either way, but... I just don't exactly know what you mean. Because, I mean, usually I end up taking from... not taking, but, like, using other things as inspiration to see if people like it. That's how I started, at least. Ooh, boy. You know what? We're gonna do this. I'm not falling in this lava anymore. I've almost fell in it like twice. No, I would stream myself and ask people to ask about my religion. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I took it from... I saw... Not take. I keep saying taken. That sounds bad. I saw it on TikTok where someone was using, like, a similar thing. So I just started doing it myself, and it worked out, so... But yeah, I don't mind. Everybody takes inspiration from other people when they do stuff. I might have to go to your channel, though. Is it on TikTok, or... Because right now your name is just User. I wouldn't really assume someone named User would be, like, on YouTube streaming, because that's not really a really noticeable username. But, why am I using dirt? But, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I'm no longer JW, but I'm Christian. I think they're one of the closest things to true religion. That sounds like a debate. I don't know much about Jehovah's Witnesses, though. I haven't looked into them. YouTube. I mean, okay, well, the reason I said that is just interesting that someone says that they're going to stream while having the username User. Because usually you're not very... People aren't really going to be able to find you if your username is just User. That's why I was a bit confused. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just a interesting choice, I guess. So, is this like your account that you're going to be streaming it on? Or is this like a separate one and this is just a personal one you have for hanging out on YouTube? So far, looking at the streams at this time, it might not work well. Might have to test one out tomorrow at 6 just to see. We'll find out. I mean, if 3 works better, then 3 works better. If 6 works better, then it'll work better. We'll just have to keep hanging out. We'll find out eventually at some point if we just keep going with it. I'm trying to look over the streams to see what we're at. Is this yeah, that's the shorts one. Is shorts good? Like, does the stream look good? I'm trying to make sure we're all good here. And maybe... And it could also be the repetition of the streams. I have no clue. YouTube's very funny when it comes to algorithm and recommending stuff. We'll see. We'll see. What's something I can talk about, at least in the meantime? I know July I plan on going to some stuff. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. What's another thing? I don't think I really have a lot of topics to talk about, at least at the moment. Oh, someone joined the Discord from the stream. Or somewhere, at least, because it happened a minute ago. Welcome to the Discord server, if you're hanging out in the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I did it. I did the, I just don't really know what to say at the moment. Don't really have much on my mind, just gonna be here, answer questions. Don't really want to be silent either, though. Right now I'm just kind of thinking. I believe 6 streams would work. I mean, they have to. Looking at the average traffic on YouTube, we're looking around 6. When we look at my best videos, they've been around 6. When we look at the... What is it called? When we look at the best days, it's been Wednesday. But you're open to debate or just discussion? I mean, depends on what you mean by debate. A lot of people come in here asking for debates, and they're not really open-minded. They're just looking to try and prove a point or an agenda. I mean, I'm open to either, but I just have to be careful when it comes to debates. I used to like debates, but sometimes debates are just draining at this point. So, but I do like talking about stuff. The exchange of ideas, basically, is a big thing to me. A lot of people don't exchange ideas when they're debating. As I said, prove an agenda, prove a point. Either or, really. But yeah, I'm open to talking about stuff. It just depends on what you bring up. Because some stuff I'm not really knowledgeable on. mainly when we come to the Old Testament. I'm not really in that right now, so I can't really give answers. I can give assumptions and bases, and some of those topics you can't really come to a full conclusion on. You can just say God is good, so therefore we know this, or God's nature is true, so therefore we know this. We can assume stuff. Me and Gray Narwhal had a whole topic. I just want to ask something, not looking to make you disbelieve. Yeah, if you just want to ask something, I'm fine with that. I mean, the whole point's topics and talking about stuff. I'm fine with any conversation, even debates. You just have to be careful with those. Especially when it comes to stuff that I'm not knowledgeable on. But yeah, I'm open to talking about stuff. That's kind of the whole point of the stream. When you look at the top, I'm a Christian, ask a question. That used to be... Hold up, I can actually show what it used to be really quick. Oh, wait, it's off screen. Okay. Well, it said Christianity is true, prove me wrong. That's what I used to have. It's off the screen, so I can't actually show it on the horizontal stream. But that's what it used to be, so I kind of changed it up. Personally, I am an atheist, but I value a world where people have the freedom to believe in which they will, so I'm not interested in an exchange with animosity or aggression like most. Last stream there was a heavy debate. But yeah, like words say, ask a question. Ooh, oh my goodness. Stop that. Okay, I actually fell in it for once. Yeah, it was a heavy debate. I mean, some of those stuff you can't really come to a conclusion on. As I said, their holy book holds to some stuff too that's also kind of iffy. So it's just kind of a thing. And then when we look at stuff, we can make assumptions, but there's no way to make a full truth statement about a lot of that stuff. I do want to look up some of those verses just to come to an answer, look at these scholarly answers, look at all that stuff. So that's what I would like to do. And when it comes to apologetics and evangelizing, and there's a verse that says always have an answer to what someone might ask you or something. I don't remember how that verse goes. But there is a verse that says that, so I want to be able to answer stuff for the most part. It's just some stuff I can't answer. How do I get out of here? Boat up. But yeah, you can ask whatever. I'm just talking about random stuff at this point, just to keep a conversation going. But yeah, if you want to ask something or ask a question or talk about stuff, I'm all ears. Here to listen, here to talk. I don't know how to do that. We're gonna go over here. There we go. Gary Gray. Oh my goodness. That's gonna keep happening. That's gonna keep happening. I'm gonna keep switching the A and the R, but I'm gonna be able to correct myself. Do you believe in the Trinity? Are you asking me or are you asking them? It seems as if a lot of modern religious debates are centered around if the Christianity and the scripture is true. But why do we ignore so many other worldly religions? I'm not saying you personally, it just seems like we're ignoring them. I think you'd have to give me an example. Because I thought you were going to say, it seems most modern debates are like attacking the other person or getting upset or truth claims or whatever. But to say that it seems a lot of them are centered around Christianity. So you're saying because of that, we're ignoring other religions. I think that's because, number one, a lot of atheists try to only go after Christianity for some reason. It's also because, two, mainly Christians are the only ones that usually engage when we're looking at just the amount of people. When you look at a debate stream where you have an atheist saying, debate me, prove that God is real or something, the main majority you see joining that is Christians. You do see some other religions sometimes, but you barely see other religions. Just based on some of the stuff I've seen looking at atheists like channels. So they're going to try and focus on whatever gets them the most views. I mean, that's just kind of how the internet works at this point. When we are talking about... most debates are centered around Christianity. I mean, most atheists don't really go after other religions either. I don't think I could give you an answer for that, though. The reason this one is based around Christianity is because I'm a Christian and I like talking about the faith. But when it comes to why do so many people only talk about Christianity, like atheists, I couldn't really tell you. The only thing is the main majority that go into those are Christians. Even then, some of those Christians don't even have good arguments. We're looking at people who either believe in falsehoods or heresies. You have people that are just not good at debating going in there, or they don't understand the argument and they're talking about it. You have a lot of instances of that. I've seen a lot of bad Christian debates. Welcome in. I don't really know how to say your username, but you're a Christian. What are your... Well, I was going to say, what do you believe in? But you already told me. Welcome to the stream. Well, what's your favorite Bible verse? And if you don't have one, what's your favorite book? Well, I guess what I'm getting at is these Christians are focused on proving why they're right, but have they ever thought of other world religions? I personally have. I've looked into some of them, when we're looking at the main ones, at least. When it comes to the smaller ones, I think my belief is, if God is true, and God is real, then I would believe that the largest religion would be the one that's most likely to be true. If we're going to get into smaller religions, I'd say that wouldn't make a lot of sense for God to reveal himself to like 5 people. And then the other people just get lost. So, that's kind of how I see that. But I have personally looked at other ones, not as much as I should. I want to get through all the knowledge I have on Christianity because I have enough proof to know that Christianity is real. People won't take personal evidence as proof, though, obviously. But for me personally... Welcome in, Pixelnator. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? Oh, you're Christian. Okay. What's your favorite Bible verse? What's your favorite book? I just shot a huge buck. Got any tips? I don't really know. Pixelator. Got you. Okay. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I don't think we do ignore other religions. Christianity is one of the biggest widespread evangelist religions, and it's pretty major, of course. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of debates with Muslims. Hindu people don't really, like, the religion don't really debate that much. They just come in here and say hi. And I actually haven't had any Jewish people come in here, which is interesting. Like, I don't think at all. I'm not pointing to you specifically. I'm just curious about your perspective. I don't think I really have an answer for that, though. I mean... Assuming people are being rationally and objectively correct, they should look at other religions to make their decisions on if they believe that one is true or not. When you look at the historical evidence, when you look at just everything, honestly, when you look at the gospel, when you look at all of it. When we look at the historical evidence, we see that Jesus was a real historical figure. Of course, it is still up to faith whether you believe he is God or not, because we've had whole debates on that. When you look into the gospels, they are eyewitness accounts or accounts where people have listened to eyewitnesses. When you look at the gospel itself, barely, if any, major religion teaches that your salvation is based on faith without works, and that's a whole other conversation if we get into that one, and that Jesus, God, died on a cross for us, paid for all of our sins, resurrected 3 days later, showing that he defeated the grave and sin. When we look at that, there's a lot of things you can point to. You can also use a lot of the typical creationist arguments, like, we look at the world and we see that God has created us. We look at morals and we see in our hearts that we have moral values, which it states in the Bible. I mean, there's a lot of smaller arguments you can make there. I just believe there's enough evidence to point to the fact that Christianity has some type of reality to it. My favorite book is probably the book of Matthew. That's a good choice. I mean, I'm atheist, but I think personal experience is one of the best arguments. Not that this is a Christian thing, but a lot of debaters sometimes go so far to prove, but faith itself is believing. That is a truth. Everybody has faith in some sense, even if they try to say that they don't have faith. That is a good statement. I'm glad you actually agree with that. I did it again. We're gonna get better at that. We're gonna stop doing the ums. I'm trying to look for a... Is there nowhere I can put stuff? Oh. Okay. We're just gonna put that there. We're just gonna... Yep. We're gonna go sleep. I don't have a different perspective on religion. I don't go to great lengths to disprove it. I think personal evidence is the best way to evangelize. Yeah, but when you look at personal evidence, another person would immediately say, okay, well, look at all these other religions. They all have personal evidence. What makes yours special? And then they just kind of disprove it that way when we're looking at personal evidence. It is a really good point to make, but it's just not a good point to make to someone that's looking for a reason to believe. But it is a really good way when we're talking about testimonies and personal evidence. I really want to go over my testimony. I just know that that would take like weeks to get ready, and I'd have to go, oh boy. Writing all that would not be fun. Yeah, I've never had a talk with somebody that says that. Well, usually it's people that come in here wanting to debate that brings that up, because they're looking for actual, like, evidence, or, well, they say proof, but proof and evidence are two separate things. You can never ultimately prove anything. The scientific theory is based on theories that you then do over and over to try and get evidence to say that, oh yeah, this is true. There's nothing definitive in this world. Everything is based on some type of faith. Is there anyone else on Twitch watching this? Not at the moment. I know Gospel Foss was in there, but they're at work right now, so they could not join in. Welcome in, Jaylee Blocks. I almost missed you. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? I think I've kind of missed the whole point of the thing that Aaron's saying, though. Oh, wait, never mind. Aaron is atheist. I am Christian. Like, last time I streamed, I was like, oh, I did so well that time, I didn't even say, and then I watched back the stream, and it was like, every second I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. So, again, the shader I'm using is BSL. I'm using BSL. Welcome in, Grayson Wax. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? But yeah, open just to any topics, honestly, if you want to bring something up or talk about it. Because I know a lot of people also have an issue with, like, grace and faith and works, because usually it's not explained well enough. And of course, it is a hard topic to explain. I know last time, I think I did okay at explaining it, but I went in circles a lot. It is 1 a.m. for me. I'm tired, but I want to watch this. You can always go to sleep, but if you really want to be here, I'm not going to stop you. But just try and have a good sleep schedule. I don't want to let the stream stop you from watching. Yeah, welcome to the stream. It seems like we do have a good amount of chatters. I don't know if it's going to take a long time for stream to pick up. At the moment, we'll see. Honestly, again, I'm testing out 6 streams, like 6 p.m. streams, so we'll see. If not, we'll go back to 3. I am going to test it out tomorrow as well. We're going to try and do another 6 p.m. stream tomorrow and see how that's going to work. I'm going to check the stream right now. It's been 30 minutes almost. Dang, it does not feel like that. We have 8 concurrent, which is really good. Really good. We had 15 for a moment. Wow. We're actually keeping up. Seems like my chat system is not keeping up as fast as it should. You're subbing. Welcome in, Loki Logan. Welcome to the stream. Cool username, by the way. Also, thank you. You have any questions? Anything you want answered? Also, what are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Whole point of the stream is just to talk to people, let them ask questions, and we just talk about it. I always like going back to prayer in some of these streams when we're just thinking about it. Speaking of, I didn't pray, which I probably should, and I will in a minute. But I just like thinking about prayer, about the power of prayer. I think I've gone back to prayer on like 6 of these streams, if not more. But it's just an interesting topic to think about like prayer and all that. You have a 428-piece Lego. That's cool. Welcome to the stream. I believe YouTube should not get banned in 2027 in the UK. I don't think YouTube's getting banned. I know they're restricting it for minors in the UK, and I know they're trying to pass legislation to where people who are under the age of whatever can't even use social media at all. It's just a control tactic, honestly, but we shall pray against the strongholds that try to bind us. Are you Orthodox, Catholic, Protestant? I am Protestant. I probably land closer to Baptist or Evangelical at the moment. It has an engine. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Welcome to the stream, by the way. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Really cool talking about Legos with engines. I wonder what type of Lego that is. But yeah, I'm Protestant. Welcome in, Surplus. Glad to see you in here. Glad to see you back. A little bit of a later stream, testing out a new time frame. You hate... I botched that spelling so much. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I have no clue. It's a McLaren. That's cool. Yeah, Surplus, I'm glad to see you in here. If you have anything you want to, like, bring up, then I'm all ears, because I'm just trying to find topics to bounce off of and keep the chat going. Because I didn't really come into the stream with anything in mind, just trying to test it out, see how it's going to go, talk to people. See how 6 p.m. streams are going to compare to 3. Again, we're going to do that again tomorrow. I brought it up enough. We'll bring that up when more people start coming in here that are regulars that don't know about it. I do, as I said in the last stream, want to work on subtitles. I also want to work on Bible readings. I'm not just going to do those on Discord. I'm going to live stream them as well. So I want to get a stream layout set up for Bible readings. I don't know how long they're going to be. If people have questions, they can... I'm going to make it to where we're going to read, people in the chat or in the Discord can ask questions, and we're going to talk about it. So it is going to be a little bit of study if people ask questions, but if no one asks questions, it's just going to be more of a reading overall. So that's at least the plan for that. We're going to have to get a whole thing set up. I want to add subtitles, and that's going to play into... Ooh. I want to add subtitles, and that's going to play into the Bible readings at some points. So that's another thing I'd like to try and do. I really want this guy for gunpowder. You're coming with me, buddy. You've been reading Exodus lately. I know I went through a lot of Ecclesiastes, like, the past week, because it appeared on my For You page on YouTube, and I realized that I was bored and had nothing to do, so I opened it up and listened to it. Ecclesiastes is really good. Welcome in, Benito. Welcome to the stream. I really like how it's about Joseph in Egypt and then Moses in Egypt. I like Ecclesiastes. Again, as I said, I'm not really in the Old Testament. I do know some about the Old Testament when it comes to some of the books, when we're talking about Genesis, Exodus, when we're talking about the book of Job. I just don't know a lot about it because I'm not in it, ultimately. Old Testament, first 4 books might be my favorite history in the world. Not biased, it's just fun to read. Yeah, they're really good stories. Like, not calling them fictional, they're just really good stories to read. Do you have any tips on which books of the Bible I should read? I've already read most of the Gospels. Personally, the ones I like after are Romans. I also like Hebrews when we're talking about the gospel, grace, salvation, faith. I like those. I think Proverbs is another good one, if you'd want to read through that one. Just a lot of them. I'm sure a lot of people in here could give you recommendations, and you can just go to the ones that you feel led or that you would like. If I weren't Christian, I would like it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Okay, thank you. If you want to join the Discord also, I'm sure people could bring up Bible books and say what each one's about. Just stuff like that. I'm going to see if I can get a name tag for this guy. Ooh, do not have one. You know what? You're coming with me then. I'm gonna take you away. I'm probably gonna grab wheat and get emeralds so I can buy a name tag for this guy. Proverbs is amazing. I've read the whole book. It's so good. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good verses from Proverbs. It's another one I really want to go into when I'm looking into it. A lot of really good verses. So that's another one that I've been thinking about going into. Again, most of my Bible readings are going to come from the Bible reading streams, which is why I want to get those going pretty soon. What? I just made a villager train. Okay. I doubt he's going to despawn like that, but he might be killed. But yeah, I want to get those Bible readings done since it's going to be one of the main ways I'm also going to get the Bible in. Since I'm not very good at reading, it'll be a way for me to keep up and not like skip days, since I'll be doing that practically daily unless it's a weekend. So that's another plan I have. Give me all these emeralds. Okay. Now I need to... Oh, hold on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. What do you think about the update with the sulfur biome? I think it's a little bit lacking, but it is going to be cool. I will have to upgrade the server, which is the only thing about Minecraft updates that I don't really like now, because I have to do so much work just to update the server and get it running right. But I update once every like few. Well, I'm gonna start updating like once every like 5-ish updates or whenever something major comes out that I believe it's worth updating for. I really want to get copper golems. Oh, by the way, I started working on this in here, working on getting this place made up. I need to get this guy a name tag. Are you halfway the deadliest? What does that mean? Also, welcome to the stream, Bran. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Where did I just put that guy? Oh, he's invisible. Okay. What should we name him? I accidentally just slammed my keyboard with something. Okay, we're gonna have a chat vote. What should we name the wandering villager? Everybody in chat can just put in like names. What should we do? I got an idea. Could you build a church? That's why I was looking at the church up there. I started. I just have to like build it up and make it better. But that's what that was. It was a start on the church. If I can spell it right. Does anybody have any objections? Any objections to this name? Daniel, welcome in, Bliss. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Also, by the way, sorry if I forget somebody. There's so many people that come into this chat by now. I do remember Surplus, though. You like that? Okay, we have 2 votes. We have 2 votes. I think we're gonna keep it, and then we can change it later if we have more. Now I gotta find the guy because he's invisible. Did I do it? I can't even find him. Ready? Sorry, Bliss. Yeah, we had 2 votes for it. His name is now Matthias. He's really good, though, because I can get yellow dye from him, even if it's only 1. I can get blue dye, and I can get red dye, along with gunpowder, which is really helpful. Honestly, if I can find him, oh my goodness. I don't like that he's invisible. I don't even see the particles for him. Where is this guy? I'm just gonna have to click around till I find him. You're my favorite streamer. Thank you. All glory to God. All glory to God. I want to find this guy so I can put him somewhere. This is... Where's this wandering villager? No, I'm trying to pick you up. This is sad. Okay, buyer going to sleep. All good. Don't wandering traders despawn, even with name tags. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Are you in the corner? You're in the corner. I finally caught him. I finally caught him. Yeah, we're gonna go put him in here. We're gonna go put him in here. Since I have no goblins to be in that room now, he's in there, even though he's invisible. We can honestly start working on this if we want to work on something, just while we're kind of chilling out. Just to give us something else to do at the moment. Right, I gotta go put gravel over here. Oh, I can go put coal in here now that I have coal on it. But yeah, does anybody have anything they want to bring up? If not, this might just be a chill stream where we just kind of hang out and do whatever, honestly. It just might be one of those. Do we have any deep slate? We're gonna have to grab this. Not if you name it. Yeah, honestly, they might be right about that, though. They honestly might, because I feel like we've had name-tagged wandering traders despawn on us. I know they won't despawn if you put them in a boat. You know that. Hopefully this will be enough for now, because I just kind of want to cover this place. I built it out of dirt, because it'd just be easier to mine, and I can always pick it up later if I really need dirt. So that was the plan for that. I kind of want to make this into a portal room with like the portal down here. So that's kind of the plan for this spot. And anybody can have suggestions for what we should build this into. It's not just going to be just my build. I can always take suggestions. Welcome to the stream, Ivan. Hi, the stream. Welcome it. Hi, the stream came up in my recommendations. Welcome in the Octotons. Welcome to the stream. What are your guys' beliefs? What do you believe in? Welcome into the stream. Just kind of chilling out, waiting for people to ask questions, honestly, while we play some Minecraft. Just another chill stream, as usual. A little bit less interaction with the chat, but I'm used to that. Well, I was used to that. It's a bit odd now, but compared to how it used to be when I was streaming. It's a lot better. Yeah, welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? If you're a Christian, what's your favorite Bible verse? If you don't have a favorite Bible verse, what's your favorite book? I might actually need a lot of deep slate for this room. Wait, your build is actually so awesome. Which one are we talking about? The one I'm at right now? I mean, I know stream has a delay, so it could mean the one I was in. But thank you. I spend a lot of time doing just random stuff on this server. Just a lot of random stuff, to be honest. Yeah, we actually might have to go mining for deep slate. This is like, what, 5 stacks? And we haven't even covered the floor. I'm just trying to get the walls down. But I do want to make this into like a portal area right there, as I said before. And then I want to make an upstairs. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that when it comes to... Because we don't really want crevices in a floor, so we might have to like fill in the roof and fill in that. So we'll figure something out for that one. My favorite verse is probably Psalm 23. That's a good prayer. That's a good prayer. That's a good one. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Still need to memorize that one. I am planning on going to places in July. So, if... I'm probably going to do a lot of Bible readings or studies there. I won't be able to stream. I don't even know about videos since I haven't been able to put out videos even recently. But if I get my thing done, which... Progress update for the thing I'm making to make videos. I'm very close to being done. Like, insanely close. I think... I have like 2 things to fix on the second to last system, and then after that, I will make probably way too many videos, honestly. I'm gonna run through all my streams that I have, and we're gonna figure out what I can turn into clips and videos, because I won't be able to make ultra polished videos before I leave, because that's gonna take a lot of time and effort, and I just don't think I have a... Oh, I don't want to put that in there. I don't think I have enough time before I leave for that to work. How's my day been? It's been pretty blessed. How about yours? Oh, I can't. This is actually maybe not fun. What Bible character do you relate to the most? That's a really good question. That's actually a really good question. Relate to the most, though? It's also an interesting question, because what do you... When you ask how do you relate to someone, what exactly do you mean by that? And do I even know enough Bible people to be able to relate to them? I know The Chosen depicted, like, Matthew as something, so, I think, I don't know, like, biblically, I don't know. My day has been good. One of my favorite songs, a tiny bit different in some parts. Oh yeah, you're talking about the song Psalm 23. Yeah, I've seen that on the radio. I kind of want to memorize it, the exact thing, because, yeah, Psalm 23, like, the song is a little bit different. It is still a good song, though. Not gonna knock it. You got it memorized from that? Yeah. That's what I remember some of it from. That was my... I'm kind of missing some stuff. I don't know what to say about religions, to be honest. Without the entity in question... It's 100% a cap about it. Even if the entity reveals itself, it would be dead in the next few hours with how greedy leaders are. What are we talking about? I feel like I missed, like, a few things. Welcome in, Trusty Rat. Welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Seems like stream's kind of picking up at the moment when we're looking at, like, around 7-ish. So, well, we're looking at 6:45, but that's not bad. Yeah, if anybody has any questions about Christianity, about the religion, about... grace, salvation, faith, about the gospel, about some verses they know, I'll answer them to the best of my capabilities if I have an answer. Again, Old Testament's not something I'm super knowledgeable in, but I can try in some instances. There are some topics I kind of want to just stay away from, just because I'm probably not going to do them justice compared to someone who actually knows the verses or topics. About the gods of the religions... You saying that leaders would kill the god of their religions because if it... What? I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong that leaders would kill God if they had a chance, but they wouldn't be able to. When we look at Jesus, that is what they did, though. But we're also assuming an atheistic point of view of death, where if you die, you just cease to exist, which isn't really what death is categorically. Death is just a entrance into new life when we're looking at a lot of different things, honestly. The topic of annihilationism and how death works is an interesting one that I haven't looked into, so I'm not going to go into that at all. But when we look into stuff like that, it is interesting. I'm a Christian, man. God has worked in my life recently. Tell me about it if you want to. Always amazing to hear what God has done. Always amazing to hear what God has done. I know God has been working in my life recently. I'm just kind of going with the wind about wherever I'm meant to be, honestly. I don't think this channel's just for a season, though. I feel like this channel's going to keep with me even through everything I do. It just might be where I have to take like a little bit off some weeks to go do some things or go hang out or whatever, honestly. Yeah, I'm a believer in annihilationism. Welcome in, Spider. Welcome into the server. I'm a believer in annihilationism. Many ETC believers misunderstand it. Yeah, when we're talking about that stuff, it's very interesting. I haven't looked into it. I don't have an answer, so I'm just not going to talk about it. But it is, again, interesting to... Welcome in, Spider. Right now you have 0 MS because you're just loading in. He has better ping than me, and I'm right next to my computer. Spider also lives in my walls. He's like the little spider in the corner. He's just playing on a mini PC over there. He's the son of God, meaning a juvenile god or a demigod. I don't know if his mother was mortal. Sorry about my lack of knowledge. Well, the thing is, Jesus is the son of God, and his mother is Mary, but that does not make him a demigod or less of a god. We are told that Jesus is fully God and fully man. Both. Not a demigod, not just a man, but fully God and fully man. That is what we were told about Jesus. Jesus is the son of God, but he is also God. Yes. Grey Narwhal's got it. Grey Narwhal, I'm pretty sure... I saw in your Discord tag that you are a part of Amot's Discord server. So I'm sure there's probably some things we disagree on when it comes to stuff like that. Like annihilationism and stuff. Again, I also haven't looked into it. But it is really interesting, because I used to watch some of his stuff. I just kind of backed out of it. Not, like, a little while ago. I like his stuff, though. He's pretty cool. Because, again, it's a difference between disagreeing on the basics between, like, a salvational issue or something that may or may not matter. So we are going to have different views and some stances, but you do help me out a lot on these streams. I think if we get into a conversation where we differ, we should probably bring up 2 separate points, just to show that there are differences in what Christians can believe, categorically, even if they don't disagree on the basics. I feel like this should be up one more. Can I do that? Can I bring this up one more? Is that a possibility? Like, I break this down? Spider never got diamonds before, confirmed. It must have reset our achievements when we updated the server. I hadn't even realized that. Yeah, but I don't want to take this out. How do I... So what, I do this? How do I do this? I probably need stairs, honestly, to make that look a little different. We're gonna test it out with stairs. Yeah, his arguments made more sense to me. I kind of want to go biblically into his arguments at some point. Not right now, but I would like to eventually look into all that. See... Like, that doesn't look right. That looks way too... I feel like I gotta do this. Do you want to add slabs or stairs? I'm gonna add stairs, just to see if it'll... let's see. Can we break down these walls and make it look better? Yeah, we're just gonna build, hang out. Does anybody know the sound? Know the song? Make Having Crowd. Make Heaven Crowded. Oh, I believe I know that one. Welcome in, Spider. I'm trying to figure out. You want to help me build with my deep slate? I don't know how to make this look better. Ow. I'm fighting. Anyways, good luck making him notice you. Maybe he might give you a minor blessing or something. It's very hard to believe that because of his eyewitnesses. What did they say? What were they talking about? You know that the people that believed in Jesus could have boosted his powers or something. Oh, thank you for the follow. Interesting username. I couldn't even read the whole thing. You know the people that believed in Jesus could have boosted his powers or something and make him an all-powerful God, something for the benefit, so it's a win-win for them. That's the belief that human belief in something makes it powerful. That human belief makes it better. I've seen that take before about how we make Santa Claus real because we believe in him and that gives him power, so he's actually Satan. I've seen that take before. I don't know where I stand on that one. That's I don't want to say odd, but it's just, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Why does something need to be, I don't know. Yeah, but that's very hard to believe when it comes to eyewitnesses. They didn't gain anything from... What are you doing? They didn't... Are you Oh, you're testing out the build wand. Yeah, tell me how that works. Wait, I should make one of those. Hold up. Claus was literally a dude filled with kindness. Well, Santa Claus is based off of the St. Nicholas, which punched a dude in the face in one of the councils. If we're gonna bring that up. Not to say he wasn't kind, but he punched people in a council because they said Jesus wasn't God. What am I looking for right now? I need to... Okay, just 2 sticks and a diamond. We're gonna do that. Oh, Spider, do you have any of the netherite, like, template things? Because I don't have any, so I can't upgrade anything to... I just made a spear on accident. Spider, you can have a diamond spear. I don't need that. I did it backwards. Again, filled with kindness, nobody's perfect. Well, yeah, obviously. But I'm just saying he was based off of a saint. I'm a bit confused on what Nag is talking about. It says 500 people saw him risen again. I've seen people brought this up. I'm not here to make a counterclaim, but I do want to bring this up. Is that is a quote from... Oh, wow. That's a quote from Paul in the Gospels. I'm not saying it's incorrect. It's most likely definitely correct. But when we look into that, if you bring that up to an atheist, they're not going to believe you. Because it's a verse from the Bible saying that 500 eyewitnesses saw his resurrected form. I just don't believe they're going to believe that just because of that fact. Because you have to believe the Bible is true first for that to be a evidence point that you bring up. I really need one of these templates, and I don't think I have one. Spider. I need a netherite template. I can't do anything. Oh, it's action mode is down here. I can't even... I want to test this out. Oh. That's interesting. So I can just do this. Whoa. What? This is cool. Wait, so what if I do this? Okay, this is actually really cool. But yeah, he's debating. I'm getting the impression he isn't open-minded from the way he's talking. He's just kind of in here talking about whatever. I don't even think it's a debate. I think they're just bringing up random points. I don't know. It's a bit confusing with what they're talking about. I don't understand what they are exactly meaning when they're saying some of this stuff. Because they're making truth claims. It doesn't even seem like a debate. Emma Max. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm gonna try and read through that. I don't think I'm gonna say it out loud. I do want to try and read it, though. To understand. I would bring that up to your mom, then, if that happened. Instead of their mother. Yeah, I'd bring that up to your mother instead. Because that's not okay. I mean, I feel like it's just faster to, like, do this. No, not do this. I feel like it's faster just to place it. I don't know. What? Yeah, I already told my mom. Okay, that's good. What do you want? Pray for them. Yeah, if anybody in the chat wants to pray for them. I mean, what do we pray for here? There's a lot wrong with this situation when it comes to, like, just pray for their health and protection, I guess. Yeah, that's... Because that's a lot. Pray they understand what they did was wrong. Pray for everybody involved, honestly. Pray for their health, protection. Pray for the people that did it against not doing it again. Just all that stuff. I'm going to mute for a second and pray. I might start doing... Okay, before I pray, I'm going to bring this up. If people want me to pray out loud, I will do it. Like, if they ask me. And I might start doing it more on stream. It's just something I got to get used to doing. But I'm going to pray really quick. Okay, people making Nicholas a Santa that has elves and it's North Pole when my dude chilling with people everywhere. Well, Santa was made up by Coca-Cola for a capitalist ideation so they could make more money. He wasn't made up as like a super being because people believed in Saint Nicholas. He was made up so a company could make more profits. You saying that that's why you don't believe things until you see it with your own eyes kind of just disproves that point, because Santa was made up because capitalists wanted money. Not because people actually believed he was something powerful. Of course, now Santa has been turned into his own, like, ideal, I guess. What, you can't, like, place or... What? How did you do that? How did you do that? How did you do that? Welcome in, Trusty Rat. Oh, I see you. You've been in here. It changed your username, like, color. Yeah, I see you. Did your messages not go through? Because you said hello like I couldn't hear you, or, like, see your chats. But yeah, thank you for subscribing. God bless. Surplus. What's with the dots? Oh, wait, does that... Oh, that chat actually went through? I thought it only came in on my side. I thought it, like, got rid of it automatically. I'll delete that. I thought it was auto-modded and it only came through on my side, so I wasn't going to read it. I'll get rid of that. Yeah. I thought it was only on my side. Well, thank you for pointing it out. I haven't seen Jesus with my own eyes, but I've seen his miracles in my life. I've seen a lot of stuff when it comes to Jesus. While holding... Press Oh! Whoa! What? Tunnel. Vein. So I can, like, break stuff with this? This is crazy. Choose place, direction, fill. Okay, wait. I'm gonna figure out how to use this. This is so cool. So what, if I do this, I'm gonna place grass? I don't have enough grass. So... Oh my goodness, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. This is so cool. This is so cool. Okay, I need to focus on chat, though. That's really cool. I'm gonna start using that. The dots were referring to the message that you deleted. Yeah, I realized after. Jesus also, all sorts of people get billions from him and nobody says anything. When we look at the early times with Jesus, when we look at the times where Jesus was walking, nobody gained anything from being a follower of Jesus. Nobody gained anything from being a follower of Christ. All you gained was death, persecution, torture, and yeah, death. Though death in a Christian sense is a gain, but when we look into all the things, early Christians did not gain anything from believing in Christ. They were ridiculed, they were killed, they were persecuted, they were stoned. When we look at the even apostles, they died knowing that they were going to die. They died for Jesus, they died for the faith. When we look into all of that, they gain nothing. To say that people now gain stuff from Jesus, yes, they do. People have things like the prosperity gospel where they make a ton of money off of preaching a false belief, or churches make money off of like people. But saying that people back then earned money from or gained things like power from being a follower of Christ just isn't true. Christians were persecuted for a very long time. The wand seems to have a limit for how much you can place. I have to go. See you soon. Well, God bless you for coming into the chat, Trusty Rat. Hopefully I see you back here. Anytime you have anything like a prayer request or want to talk about anything, I'll always be on stream. This stream's a little bit off for me. I'm not doing amazing when it comes to reading the chat or talking. I'm trying to keep up. Can I ask why can't I donate you money? Because I don't see any donations box. When we look into the stream, I don't have monetization yet. I'm gonna get there eventually. I just need more watch hours and I need to hit 500 subscribers, which I should hit soon. But that's just something that's going to happen with time. I do have like a buy me a coffee page. I want to make a Patreon, honestly. I don't know what the requirements are for that, but I would like to make one just so I can like give people extra stuff for like donating instead of like basically memberships before I unlock memberships, since I don't have memberships as an unlock just yet. It also just feels a bit odd knowing like taking money from people. I'd just rather get ad revenue, which is 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. I would just like to get that instead. But right now, it's just not an option for me. I subbed to you a week ago. Also, God bless. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to make this into something. You have to... Oh, you're going to be back soon. All good. I pray that you will have peace and health and you will have happiness in your life. I pray that you will... Yeah. Yeah, I'm so off right now. It's so hard to focus. I think I'm gonna go back to mining deep slate. Whoa, what happened here? Yeah, most major prosperity gospel teachers do have like millions, some private jets, but those people aren't preaching for God, but for themselves. Exactly. That's what they were kind of bringing up. Yeah, it's a little bit of an off stream. I don't know. I'm not really fully focused. I don't know. I don't have people gathering information about powerful people. I'm not dying for info. Well, that's what this whole stream is about. You're here talking about Jesus, trying to understand things. That's kind of what I'm doing here. That's what the stream is. And you believers don't do anything about the prosperity gospels? What are we meant to do? Exactly. Like, are we supposed to tear down his mansion because they're preaching a false gospel? Like, what do you expect us to do in that scenario? I need to go up here and... I don't even know. Protect your God if you really care about him. There's a season for everything. That is a Ezekiel verse. Is that Ezekiel? Or no, Ecclesiastes. Is it Ezekiel or Ecclesiastes? Yes. Ecclesiastes 3. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. Spider, what are you doing? I'm asleep now. It's 1 a.m. for me. God bless. I hope you and your family stay in good health and happiness. I pray that you will make it to the next stream. I'm going to do it tomorrow, testing another 6 p.m. stream just to see how it goes. We already call them out. What? Yeah, exactly. We tell them what they're doing is wrong. If you're, like, advocating for us to, like, attack them or, like, tear down their churches, that's kind of crazy. God is best. Amen. I want to go up there and fix that. Like, do this. I want to make another story. Maybe I should just put a roof on this instead, because I want to put another story here, but I don't know how that would work. So maybe we just like make a roof instead. What do you think, Spider? Also, how long do you stream for? Usually 2 hours, but sometimes I go 3 or 4. There's been times where I've gone 6, but the usual is 2. This might be another 2-hour stream since I'm just not focusing as I usually do, but we'll find out. What do you mean material? I also want to put like another portal here. Wow, 1 a.m. I wonder where that is. Yeah, 1 a.m.'s crazy. Like, which one? I want to put a roof above this. Wand cleared. Oh, I pressed a button and cleared the wand. But yeah, do you have another upgrade template? I need one. Yeah, but from where? Like, the top, like, right where this stone is, most likely. That'll probably be where it is. Since... Or a little bit up. Deep slate? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go put this stuff up, and I'm gonna go mine more deep slate, honestly. Just so I can, like, focus on chat. Call them out on what? You still don't take action about blasphemy and such. What are you advocating for here? Calling them out is taking action. Yeah, exactly. What time is it for you? Surplus said it's 6 for them. It's 7:10 for me. Jesus first. Amen. I want to make tags and stream better. I've just been talking about stream. We need to get to the gospel. We need to talk about Christian topics. I just believe no one's coming here actually asking about things, actually asking questions. That's the only thing. So I think I should just start talking about stuff. Because, I mean, Nag is talking about stuff, but I'm just very confused about a lot of the things they're mentioning. It's very odd. I just need to get into the swing of things. May God give me words. That's the only thing. Without God, I may speak nothing. I wonder if that's a verse. That'd be a really good verse. I'd actually add that to my favorite verses, if that was one. And then, yeah, I literally almost just talked about stream again. That's how out of ideas I'm at. Jesus first. Scary Puppet. What's your favorite Bible verse? What's your favorite book? I don't believe I asked you, even though you've been in the chat for a little bit. Wait, I wanted to test something last stream. If I put on... Where is it? Wait, I already have it on? Did the brightness mod or resource pack get taken? Okay, wow, I don't even have a brightness mod. I was gonna turn it on so stream didn't look bad in the dark, but... I have a question. What is the most misunderstood part about Christianity? That's actually a good question. The most misunderstood. Well, depends on what misunderstood means. There's a lot of interpretations for a lot of different parts about Christianity. I believe the biggest one I see online, as I've talked about before, is legalism. People like to teach legalism to a lot of struggling people who struggle with sin or addiction or anything really, teaching that they are not saved because they cannot stop this sin. Even though I have to bring up the fact that everybody sins a lot, and everybody sins daily. They just say, oh, well, my sin's not as bad as yours because yours is purposeful and yours is continuous and you go back to it every single time. But I've thought about that before. And what is repeated sin? What is repeated sin? Not willful sin. What is repeated sin? Let's say I get angry one day, and a month later I get angry again. That's repeated sin. Is it repeated a lot? Maybe not. But how do you categorize that? All sin is equal in the way that it distances you from God. So how do you categorize repeated sin? Oh, well, I get mad at someone once every month. That's repeated. Oh, well, I curse every week. Or I curse every year. Well, it's still repeated. How do you categorize when sin is too much when you're preaching legalism? How much sin is so bad that you cannot be saved compared to sin that isn't? That's something I've really, really thought deeply into, because it doesn't make sense. Those arguments don't make sense. When looking at the gospel, we see that it is by grace, through faith, without works. And we've had whole conversations where, of course, you should still have works. If you don't have works, then faith is dead. Faith without works is dead. That's a Romans verse. So obviously you should have works, or else it's an indication that you don't have faith. But works can mean also a lot of things when you're looking at works. To say that works alone is your salvation is legalism. It is teaching that the 10 Commandments, and all the others that go along with it, are determination on your salvation, even though the law is death. That's a lot of diamonds. We know through Romans that the law is death. And yet people say you have to be perfect, you have to do this, you have to do that, and then you'll be saved, and then you'll have salvation. And imagine Jesus looking down at you right now after you sinned, and how much pity or pain he looks at you with. And that's not how God looks at you. That's something I even had to unlearn when looking at the Father. When we see the Father, God is not the same God of the Old Testament. Yes, he's the same God, but Old Covenant versus New Covenant is way different when we're looking in terms of the way that God the Father acts. When God looks at us, Jesus has paid for all of our sins, past, present, and future. God sees us as a father, as a son, I mean. God is a father and sees us as a son or daughter. When he looks at us, he does not look at wrath or anger. He instead sees someone whose sins have been paid for. And he sees you as a son or a daughter and tries to correct you. Not out of wrath, not out of anger, not out of pity, not out of shame. Of course he feels that way about the sin, but he does not feel that way about you. He's trying to help. He's trying to guide. That is the Father. When we look at Jesus, we see Jesus. He's the one that paid for our sins. He's the intermediator for the Father and us. He goes to the Father and he talks to the Father with us. And the Holy Spirit is the interpreter, the one that brings the words to Jesus. I believe that's the most misunderstood thing about Christianity. Too many people believe in legalism. Because when you say the words, do you understand the sacrifice Jesus paid on the cross? Of course, nobody's going to say no. But when you get down to it, do you really understand the sacrifice that Jesus paid in your mind and in your heart? Do you follow that? Do you believe that wholeheartedly, that your sins have been paid for, and when you ask for forgiveness, you are forgiven? Do you feel shame and guilt and pain whenever you sin, or do you feel conviction, walk back to God, and continue your walk? As it says in the verse that a wise man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. Paraphrased. But still, that is the most misunderstood thing. Of course, if anybody has questions, we can go into grace and faith and struggle and all of that. Oh, more diamonds. That's always something I'm willing to go into because I believe it's so needed right now in the online space because so many people are hurting because of all the misinformation or bad things they've been told because people don't understand the gospel and yet they go out and teach it. I've looked into so many YouTube comment sections where people are saying, I struggle with this, I can't get off of this, and I need help, and I don't know what to do, and I feel lost, and I feel broken, and this, that, and the other. And it's all because of legalism. All of it. That was good, My Faith Unfolded. That's what I want to make my video on. Also, all glory to God. May God give me the words to speak. That initiated the whole thing. I'm going to say that a lot more polished than I just did. I'm going to bring up a lot of Bible verses to back that up. That's going to be probably my first video. Because I was going to do my life testimony, but that can wait. Because I really need to bring that out to other people. I need more people to understand that their grace and their salvation and their faith And everything is through Jesus Christ and Christ alone, rather than through their own works, because their works will get them killed every time. If they walk up to the Father and say, oh, did I not do all these good things in your name? Did I not cast out demons in your name? Bringing up their works, they will be judged as if they lived a perfect life when they did not. Okay, Gray Narwhal and Nag are going off on something else. Joke. I guess they're going off on a whole tangent in the chat about something. Can somebody fill me in on what's going on? I'm a bit lost. But yeah, thank you for bringing that one up. Because that's something that I wanted to get out well. I wanted to speak about it well, and I've always kind of struggled to talk about faith, grace, and salvation. But through the Lord, I may speak it in the ways that He might want me to. Of course, the way I put it is good, but I want to add more to that. I want to talk about willful sin in another video. I'm probably going to have 6 videos on grace and salvation, since that's the whole reason I'm in the New Testament to begin with. I'm trying to learn about how the new covenant works, about Jesus' sacrifice, and about all that. Because it's something that people really need. For sure. For sure. If Gray, I don't kind of want to like kill the chat due to the debate like last time. The debate is important, but I don't kind of want to like stray people off from the chat because of the issue. And I kind of need to be filled in on what's being talked about. I don't even know what's going on. If there's a way that you guys can go to the Discord and bring it into like debate discussion or DMs, it'd be really nice. Welcome in, Spider. You can have some deep slate. I don't feel like going back up there. You go. Also, kind of debating with Nag isn't really going to go anywhere. What they're saying is confusing. I just keep finding diamonds. What they're saying is a lot, like, confusing. I don't really understand what's being said most times. It just might not be worth it. But it's always an option, if you want to. I'm probably going to use a lot of what I just said about grace and salvation in the video. But I am going to add a lot to it. And equalize the audio so it doesn't sound like I just randomly edited in, like, the next part. Which is really like, which is why I like going into Ephesians, well, not Ephesians, well, Ephesians is a part of it. Hebrews, Romans, a lot of Paul's writings are really good when it comes to preaching grace. Hebrews talks about why you should choose Christianity over Judaism, because if you live by the law, you are not going to survive. And I just really like books like that. The Gospel's amazing. When it comes to Paul's letters, those are also amazing. Which is why I really like focusing on the New Testament, because it is the new covenant, the covenant that we are under, so it applies a lot more. The Old Covenant still matters in terms of looking through it and reading it, but when it comes to the New Covenant, I believe it has a lot of merit to it. Just how you're supposed to live now when you're looking into that one. What is going on in the chat? I'm actually going to try and read through this debate so I understand it a little bit better. I'm not going to press escape because I don't want to go into the settings menu. I just want to see what's going on. I'm just trying to read through this. That's what I said. If he was a kind God, you'll be ignored and just protect those that benefit him, like those with strong belief. But you yourself can take action so that your God can view you better. What is going on? It's fine. It's better that you see confusion. I'm not here to crack your belief. I'm just bored. I was talking about my faith unfolded. Now just ignore it. I'm bored, so I talk about stuff. I think it's best that he reads it. I don't even know what this conversation's about. I'm trying to keep up with it. It started with the Crusades, okay. Nothing. Saw better religions that really care about their God and take action about blasphemous things that people do, and Christianity isn't one of it. It's more chill, you do you, as I call it. If we call them out for doing bad things, people might and will leave that church, though asking God it will happen. They never leave the church. They aren't Christian and are pretty much culty. I agree with that. What do I do with my tithe? What is that in reference to, Trusty Rat, if you're still here? Sorry, I went off on I'm not sorry. But I went off on a whole tangent, so I'm just trying to keep up with what is going on. What do you mean, have you heard of the Crusades? Yeah, how long ago? Well, I mean, it is still a point. A lot of people bring up the Crusades in a bad light, so it's interesting that you're going to say that that's a good thing. So many people have so many different beliefs when it comes to, like, atheism or non-belief. Very interesting. Added again is a concoction of confusion. Yeah, I don't even know what's being talked about, honestly. I can't even add to it or anything. It's all a thing, I guess. Because I can't even add to it because I don't even understand what's being talked about. Or referenced or anything. Spider, did you just give me, like, minecart? Or did I already have that? Oh wait, Spider, I have something to give you. Here you go. Here you go. Oh wait, I want to see something. Because I saw something. What do we have to press to, like, open this? Oh no, I inverted the wand. What button do we press for the wand? Why? Tunnel. No tool. What does that mean? What is this? Okay, I did the button to destroy. What? Spider, I don't understand. How did you do that? How did you do that? How did... What? Long story short, without him, what's my favorite movie? I like the Sonic movies. In the menu, there's a tool button. Oh, really? Tools. Wow. Wait, so if I do destroy... That might be a little bit overpowered, though, no? No? Like, that's kind of... I'm only going to use this for building. People can do what they want, but I'm only going to use it for building. That's a bit crazy. Long story short, without him and forum of people with extreme evidence, it's a no-no from me. And the thing is that it's a good and a bad thing for humanity if he exists and he's powerful. We will be punished for the leaders that command the humanity. And if he's a figurehead, and that's it, nobody cares. What are we talking about? I'm so genuinely confused. Oh, cool. I'm not even trying to be mean. It's just every word that you say I do not understand. By the way, you know, all the questions you just asked are answered in the Bible. That is a fair point by Grain Narwhal. Nah, I'm good. Fruitless conversation. Well, you tried. I've read the whole chat and I'm so confused. Yeah, I read through it as well. I don't understand what's going on, Surplus. I got no clue. Glad to see you in here. I might have to make you moderator at some point, Surplus, just to help me out in here. Have somebody to... Because you're in most of these streams. Not all of them, but you're in most. I'm talking about the humans that will take action against him again. You're assuming that humans can kill God then, I assume. I'm working on getting it organized in a Google Doc. Okay, thank you. That'll be very helpful. Surplus, but I'm so serious. If you keep showing up these streams, like, if streams get bigger, I will just make you, like, a moderator. Because some of these chats, I don't even know they go through, because I feel like Automod gets them most times, but the times they don't, I don't know, until someone brings it up. Okay, I'm going through a whole cave now. Not really. Depends. What do you mean, depends? What are we talking about? If we're going to assume that God of the Bible is real, and we're going to assume, therefore, the Bible is real, we can assume that the Bible, based on everything we are told about God, would be unkillable by man. If he's immune to nuclear bombs, then no. I feel like Nag is just here to troll at this point. Like, what are we on about? All I need are the days and times and I'm down. Well, you don't have to come, like, every stream, obviously. I just mean, like, I can make you a moderator, and the times you come in here, you can, like, moderate. Did I just find, like, an iron vein? Is that what this is? But yeah, I also gotta figure out a normal schedule, because I was doing 3 PM EDT, which would probably be 2. But if I start doing 6, if it, like, does better, then that'll be the times. We'll just have to see. It depends on what works the best. That's what I was planning on doing to begin with. He said he was bored, and he kind of is. Yeah, but it just doesn't make... It doesn't make sense. Yeah, he is kind of trolling. Just a little. I think if we keep answering his questions, he will stay. I think he's going to stay anyways. When I'm bored, I read the Bible. That's fire. That's fire. That is fire. But yeah, I do plan on, again, making Bible studies. Bible readings most times. But if people ask questions, then it's going to be a Bible study. Just on stream. I have no clue how long it'll last. Depends on how long we answer questions for, honestly. Hello, Christian. I'm new here. If I say 6-7, you will subscribe. Well, I just said it. Now you got to. But yeah, welcome to the stream. What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? Man, it can't be too powerful. Otherwise, he can travel the universe and won't be coming back. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. We're just gonna go with that. I was about to go 15 minutes or more. Try not to spam in the chat, please. There's just a little bit of delay when it comes to stream chat and talking. He can do anything, it's just a matter of if he wants to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Spider, what do you plan on doing now? I see you're just kind of hanging out. I'm just mining deep slate because I can. Sorry, I'm wrong. He can do but fail. What are we talking about? He can do anything but fail. Surplus is just cooking. You subscribe? Thank you. I believe we've probably hit 500 in this stream. We're gonna see. We're gonna check. Have we made it? We're 2 away from 500. We are 2 away from 500. Hopefully we hit it this stream. Hopefully. That'll be really cool to hit 500. Let's see. Let's see. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Let me check the streams. See where we're at. That's really cool, though. We've gained like 10 this stream. And we're only an hour 30 minutes in. Even for an off stream, that's pretty good. 3. Think about it yourself. Would you remain here for how long? Humans have a low lifespan. You'll get hurt emotionally if you get attached too much to humans. So how can you last? That's the assumption that heaven doesn't exist. Saying that when humans die, God just cries because humans are dead and you can no longer talk to them. Emma Max, everybody subscribe. I don't think there's a lot of people here, to be honest. We're going to try again Wednesday for a later stream. We'll see how it goes. And if it goes better, we'll continue with the 6. If not, we'll go for the 3s. And it could just be the fact that regulars usually see me at 3 and they just didn't hop in here. It just depends, honestly. And then it could be an algorithm thing where YouTube saw that it was the same title like the past 5 streams. And it was just like, no, we're not going to recommend that. You never know. You never know. And this stream didn't start off with like a good conversation. So anyone who could have stayed and listened just kind of didn't. I sent the entire debate in your DMs. My faith unfolded. Oh boy. Did you like at least say what was being talked about? Or nope, you just sent the whole thing. Yeah. I think I need a summary of that. If I read that, I'm not going to be able to understand it either way. Because I read through the whole thing already, and I didn't understand what was being talked about. But there's the Bible for boredom. Well, they're talking about, like, God getting bored of existing and, like, people dying because he can't grow attached to the people because then the people die and then God would get sad. That's what they're saying. It's very interesting arguments, I guess. Something to talk about, I guess. Really hard to comprehend when you know how many things you have to consider from multiple points of view. Yeah. We have 498. We're almost at 500. Yeah, we just need like 2 people to come in here. I might get it from just shorts, honestly. Because after this, I'm gonna run my thing, and we should, if it's not broken, get videos. If not, look out like the next week. Like, that's how close I am to finally getting stuff ready to be shipped out for shorts and videos and test stuff out. You might need ChatGPT to summarize this debate at this point. I don't think ChatGPT would be able to summarize this debate at this point. I don't think it's possible. ChatGPT would just give like 3 points and be like, I don't know the rest. Real. Nah, I understand it, but not what he said. Okay, then, if we're all confused and nobody knows what's going on, you love it. He's just here for the confusion. God is not the author of confusion, so I wonder who's authoring that one. Fire. You don't know what's going on. Me neither, Spider. We're just kind of playing Minecraft. Just a Minecraft stream. I'll send it to ChatGPT and see what it says. Okay, we're gonna get the actual results. Who am I? I think you're a person. Maybe. I don't think you're a spider. Copy, paste it here afterwards. I think that response would be too long for YouTube chat to keep up with. I think that response would be too long. I want Ultra Bright. Like, why is the Ultra Bright mod pack just gone? A resource pack. Like, it was in here. And now, like, it's too dark in the dark. Can I do this? Okay, that's a little bit better. At least people can see on stream now. In batches. At least people can actually watch stream without, like, destroying what they're looking at. Yeah, Spider, I'm gonna have a lot of deep slate after this, so I don't know how much you're gonna end up taking with you. I don't know how much I'm gonna end up using, to be honest. But I'm just working on getting a lot of deep slate. For, like, anything I might make. An AI that knows what the majority of mankind thinks might summarize it better. I don't think so, but maybe. Also, AI doesn't think. When we're talking about large language models, it's just a lot of graphs and vectors with numbers, and it decides what's most likely to be next. You're so lucky you get the offhand on, like, in Bedrock. Yeah. Yeah. It's really nice, but it also takes mods for it, like, to be able to work the way you're seeing it now. Do I have anywhere to put tough? Oh, well. There goes tough. Nah, AI kind of sucks, no joke. Well, it depends on what you mean by that. Oh, shoot. Spider filled in my thing for me. W Spider. That's actually really nice. Yeah, I might actually end up taking away, like, the destruction from the build tools. We'll see. I mean, that's just a lot. That just opens up a lot of ways for people to grief as well, which is also kind of... Let's see. So... Okay, you didn't fill in the ceiling. That's what I'm gonna do then. Go up here. Oh boy. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. Ow. So looking at this, I need to take this torch off because it's way too bright. How would we want to turn this into a room? We can make it into a 3-block room if I, like, do that. Yeah. If you're not 18, you can't have Patreon. Oh, really? Actually didn't know that. I had no knowledge of that. That's interesting. Okay, well, good to know. Good to know. You've got a friend in me. Oh, LA. Are you at my wheat farm right now? Is that why it, like... I feel like you can have Patreon, though. I'll have to look into it. We'll find out, honestly. It's whatever. Yeah, we're gonna just work on building stuff. Hanging out. Better have active donations when you do on YouTube. I'd rather have monetization, to be honest. Just ask people to turn off their ad blockers. Because it'd be way better just to be monetized instead of taking money from people, in my opinion. But... oh boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that comment out loud, Gray. I mean, you have a point, but still, people use it for usual stuff as well. It's not just that. But you do have a point. It's just a good way to, like, get extra content when I can't get monetized on YouTube. But if I can be monetized on YouTube, then I don't see the point in having it. I don't really get it to begin with. Like, why do we have YouTube memberships and Patreon at the same time when they're, like, really similar? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why YouTubers have both? Because, I mean, they do the same thing. They have the same features. I mean, sure, you can get it for money, but unless Patreon pays for more, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'll probably have to look into that. I need to go get cobblestone. And probably another teleporter. I don't think Patreon was made for those intentions, no. Though. Yeah, it wasn't made for those intentions. The other site that you brought up was. It definitely was. But, yeah, Patreon is different. People for more profit. Can post anything. Also, YouTube membership is limited. I mean... well, what's your argument, then, about the platform? Like, I shouldn't use it because of that? Or... I should have grabbed more cobblestone. I'm gonna need more than this. Wait, why am I filling it in with this? Need to go grab deep slate. Patreon wasn't made for that. OF wasn't either. Oh, I said it on accident. Whatever. Patreon hasn't been inflicted by the devil. I mean, I'll look into it. I'll form my own opinions on it. I would never use that other platform though. But when we're coming, like, talking about Patreon and stuff, I don't know. I don't see a reason not to use it, honestly. Of course, it might not let me. I just don't see a reason not to. No, I'm just letting you know that like 1% of Patreon has that. Okay. Yeah. Do I want to do 4 blocks or do I want to... So I can just fill this in and... I think 4 blocks would do better, no? I'd have less space though. I think it'll be okay. If I do 4. I still don't know what Nag is talking about. Yeah, I think we're just gonna spend the last bit of the stream just building this up, and then I'm probably gonna end. Most likely. Good stream though. Just me talking's probably been a little bit off this stream, and that's probably a part of all of it. But we're gonna be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll do better then. If not, well, that's gonna be kind of sad. But ultimately, good stream. Talked about Grace, which, yeah, no, amazing stream. Just because of that topic alone. Because then I can use that to help me make videos. And then the more videos I make, the more people will probably get coming into these streams, and the more people I can talk to. Therefore, the more content I'll end up making. So, and I'm sure I'm probably going to have at least like 200 videos to post after I'm done. Like, shorts or videos. So that's going to be fun. Alright, I think I'm going to hop off. See you. God bless, Surplus. I hope to see you back in here later. Glad to see you in here. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, probably at the same time that I did today. Which is, what, 5 for you? So, hope to see you back in here. God bless you and your family. I hope you all stay in good health and happiness. I'll see you next time. Peace. I was just telling you that Patreon is unlimited. I use that as a comparison because both platforms do the same thing. It used to be a site to post your stuff. Okay. Well, that's interesting, because I didn't know that. Well, I did know that because of, like, Patreon, because Patreon does have some stuff on there. But I didn't know that about the other site, about how it used to be normal. Like, I feel like I did, but I didn't. So that's interesting. I need to fill in this top, too. Shoot, the roof's actually going to be... Dang. Okay, well, I'm going to have to fill the roof in. It is still going to be 3 blocks, even though it's going to be 4, technically. But I got to add a roof. It is, it just has more bad stuff on it. Yeah. I never really made the correlation between that and Patreon, though. I never really thought of Patreon to be that, but it is. I guess it's just not, like, related to the brand's imaging, I guess. It's just kind of not really... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Why am I doing this when I can... Yeah, I can just do this. This is so much simpler. Yeah, we're gonna start using this on stream. This is crazy good. I don't have enough blocks. Dang it. At least 10%. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna talk too much for this last stream unless someone comes in and talks about stuff. God's will be done in that regard. Did the and then I held it because I realized I did the I'm just trying to look for stuff to make an elevator. Build wands are kind of overpowered. It's gonna like shorten time on stream by a lot, but not the amount that I'm really thinking it would. Why is some of this stuff scattered? Okay. Okay, I do have an ender pearl, so I can make one of these. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Florida has a thing going on banning stuff through a sin tax, but it didn't go through since creators argued that they had to fix other stuff with the sin tax. What is a sin tax? What? Okay, I knew they were like blocking it, but what is a sin tax? Like, you get taxed for doing sins? Like, I'm not against it, but that's insanely funny to me. That's insanely funny to me. You get taxed for committing sins. That's really funny. Like, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, personally, but that is really funny. Like, I don't really have a stance on that. It's really funny, though. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Getting taxed for committing sins is, like, the funniest thing I've ever heard. I guess they've never heard all sins are equal in the eyes of God. Are they gonna start taxing people for saying, like, curse words or stuff? Yeah, ultimately, it's a bad thing. Dude, you owe $8 for your sins today. Yeah, exactly. Like, thinking about it a little more, it is definitely a bad thing to be taxed for your sins 100%, because you could just tax people for doing anything. Like, that's messed up, and it comes into question, like, a lot of issues, like free speech, free all that stuff. But it is really funny. But no, definitely, that's a really bad thing to have. Like, they aren't gonna stop either. Just move away or something. Except, like, speeding or something, of course. What's the rate? 11% for the sin? Do you get like if you sin more, do you have to pay more? This has a lot of questions to it that I now need the answers to. That's wow. Time to pay up your sin tax for the day. What did you do wrong? Oh, you only coded and you use sin tax. Okay, we got you. Do I get a tax write-off? Yeah, do you get tax write-offs for doing good deeds? Do you get money back at, like, if you do a good thing instead of sin? It's a thing for bad sins. Still, that's okay. Wow. Just wow. Like, I don't think that's the approach you're supposed to have, but I don't even know what to say about that. Funny, but also kind of crazy and a bad thing. Still funny, though. Still funny, though. Spider, I now have multiple floors to my apartment complex. I don't know what we're even gonna be building here, but apparently the two main sin taxes are smoking and alcohol in places. There's, like, no other sin taxes. That's still odd. Like, you're encroaching on people's rights, even if it's, like, a good thing to stop people from sinning. Like, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of religion is an obvious one. And then everybody sins. That comes into, like, theological questions and, like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? And then people are just gonna hate religion more, because, like, now you're just entirely encroaching on what they do. It's like, this is a terrible, terrible idea. This is not a good idea. It's not gonna work. But I guess. This dude has fire aspect on his boat. Well, flame arrows, not fire aspect. Got major tax pay for those. It's like 50 cents or less. Sin taxes are not for lying or being jealous. They're for major sins. Well, how do you define a major sin? Imagine murdering someone. Like, not to get dark here, but imagine murdering someone and the government comes up to you and says, hey, you gotta pay your sin tax. You killed that guy back there. Like, you can be a super trillionaire and they won't matter to you. That's also true. Another gap between the poor and the rich. There's so much wrong with this. There's, like, eventually it's not gonna be sending you to jail for, like, any crime you commit. It's just gonna be making you pay a ton of money and then crippling you so you can't do anything anymore. Society. Absolutely crazy, though. You can get scot-free away from murder with money. Well, that is a good point. That is a good point. This stream has gotten so off track. I'm going to end it off here now that I've finished doing what I was doing. This build one is crazy good. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it'll obviously be Thursday because that's my main streaming time, and we've hit pretty much 2 hours by now. God bless you and your families. I hope to see you all in the next stream. I pray for your health, comfort, peace, happiness, and finding the Lord. I'll see you all in the next stream. Peace be with you.